Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm Ikehime, and welcome back to my channel. I've actually been sitting in front of my microphone for probably a solid hour now, trying to think of something to do for a voice acting demo reel, like a test of one, not an official demo reel, but like just kind of like an exercise to kind of gauge where I'm at on that. And I couldn't think of anything to do for it. I just kind of like, I don't know, I just was drawing a blank on literally everything, and I couldn't even think of different voices that I do. But anyways, I decided, since I went through the effort of getting my microphone out, which is something that I don't always do, I might as well just go ahead and film or like record a story time. Since the story kind of came to me the other day, and it still irritates me, like 5 years later, so I thought that I would share that with you guys, and I don't think that I've told the story before, but if I have, I apologize. I'm gonna tell it again if I did. I don't think I have, though, but I don't know. I don't really keep track of my content, as you clearly can tell. Anyways, so this is from back in high school, senior year of high school, and I don't know if other people's high schools did this, but we had a senior project, and basically you need to do a senior project in order to graduate, and it's a huge part of your English grade, and you spend a lot of your semester working on it, and it's honestly really pointless in my opinion, and apparently the school system thought so too, because literally the year after I graduated, they did away with the senior project, so, you know, if that doesn't make you feel dumb, then I don't know what does. But yeah, so I had to do that. And basically, the senior project, you have to, like, it's kind of like an internship, apprenticeship, or whatever under someone, like, in a career that you are interested in or would potentially want to go into or, you know, have absolutely no interest in, but have to do something, and you pick that anyways. And the rule is like, it can't be a family member that you use for it. It has to be a total stranger. And, let's be blunt here. There are no strangers around where I live that do anything that I'd be interested in. Like, I don't want to build houses or dig ditches or anything like that. I don't care, and I don't want to be a firefighter or any of that. So there would be no one around that would actually provide any sort of service or job knowledge that I would actually give a shit about, especially not enough to write a paper about. So we kind of messed around with it so that it would be like my dad teaching me by using my grandfather's name, since his name is different from ours. So that's kind of how we like wrangled that. And my subject I did was lapidary, since my parents were jewelers and my dad makes like tons of jewelry, or he used to at least. He doesn't do it as much now, but he made jewelry and could cut stones, so we have like all the equipment to do that. So we were just like, well, why don't we do that, since I have a moderate interest in that. So that's what I decided to do, and it's like a huge process, and you have to like gather your research, gather your sources, and write like a 5-page paper or something. It was ridiculous. And like you have to have like pictures, and you have to have a PowerPoint presentation or like videos and stuff and pictures of you doing the thing, and it was just, it was so much and super annoying. And it's especially annoying when you consider that like the rest of your school life doesn't stop just because you have a massive project that's required for your graduation. Like, you still have to do all of your homework for your other classes, and still have to do like all of that stuff. And if you have extracurricular activities, you still have to do all that stuff. So it's like, it was a really pointless stress to add on to kids, you know? But, you know, whatever. We got through it. And that's why I didn't really feel bad about cheating the system on that. But I did like a really good job on my project, and so I learned how to cut a stone, and it was pretty interesting and cool, and it came out really, really nice. I cut a piece of morganite. Yeah, so like when you finish your project and everything and you go to present it, you have to actually take the product with you. So obviously that's not that hard. It's just like a little stone, and you had to like actually present the project after school. Like, everybody had to get together after you'd written your paper and everything, and you had to wait after there. So when we were in the process of writing our stuff, I had finished everything, and I didn't have any binders that I could use, and they wanted you to use like a white binder. I didn't have any binders. Like, I repurposed an old binder of mine, and it had like a little bit of like paint flakes on it from when I had shoved a painting in there from a long time ago. But like, I mean, it wasn't like a super clean, pristine, whatever, but it was like, it was functional, so it didn't really care. And I turned that in, and then, of course my teacher's like, you can't use this because it's not clean or professional, and you have to have a professional portfolio for your senior project, so you're gonna have to go and buy one. So I had to go buy another binder. Now, how dumb this is. I had to go buy a binder for a project that was going to be presented for a total of like 10 minutes tops, and that was never going to be used again. So what the fuck was the point? It didn't matter. And I mean, this isn't going to be giving you jobs or anything like that, you know? It was inconsequential, the entirety of this. So I was still really pissed that I had to go out and buy a white binder just specifically for this project that was literally going to be thrown away after I graduated. So I mean, I used the binder for something else now, but it really didn't matter. And that really just irritates me. And it's like, we're in high school. I'm not going out to get a $100,000 a year job. Like, it doesn't matter. So, whatever. But I had to do that. And I compiled all my information. I got my stuff together. We did test presentations in class to kind of like gauge how long our thing is. Because you have to talk for 5 minutes straight or something like that. And you can't like go... You can't be under 5 minutes, but you can't be like more than a minute over 5 minutes or something stupid like that. I don't know. Anyways, I made it to like 5 minutes and 20 seconds or some stupid thing like that. So then you have to do like the official presentation, and you have judges there, like 2 judges, and they're judges that have no association to you, that you don't know at all. And they're just total strangers, and they just sit there and they listen to you present, and they have a form to fill out that has like numbers gauging how well you did in each thing. And there was like, I don't know, 10 or 12 different categories or whatever that you're judged on, and you're judged on a scale of like 0 to 5, or no, 0 to 4 is what you're judged on. And I gave my presentation. I showed them all the videos and stuff of me actually doing it, and like you could tell because like I had the same crusty nail polish or whatever on my fingernail from the video, like on my nail while I was presenting it. So, like, you could tell it was actually me doing it, and there were pictures of me doing it, and there's pictures of the machine, and all this stuff, and everything was really well written, really well put together. Everything, like, looked nice and clean and done, so there was, like, no excuse. Everything was good. And I don't know what it was, if it was, like, some weird, like, internalized sexism, or if it was just some internalized ageism, or if it was jealousy. I don't know what it was. But I handed the judges the stone that I did, and they were both, like, clearly impressed. And they're like, wow, this is really good. And I was like, thank you, because it was really good. And you don't see the grade until, like, later. Like, the papers are given back to you after you present it. It was, like, the next day that you go back to school, they're, like, presented to you or whatever, after they were done going through the system. And I went through my judges' forms. And the first form, like, it was all really good. Like, I got 4s on every category, so I got, like, the top mark for everything. And the second one, I got a couple 4s and a couple 3s, and I was like, why do I have 3s? And I looked at the categories, and there was, the 3s were in not enough significant information to prove that I actually did the project, and, yeah, I think that was... There was one other 3, and I can't remember what it was. But anyways, it was just mostly the one that irritated me was that she gave me a 3 on the project because there wasn't enough proof that I actually cut the stone myself and that I didn't just have someone else do it, because it was so good that she couldn't believe that a high schooler could do it. That's basically the rundown of that. Like, I don't know, if I had a dick, I would have been taken more seriously, and maybe they would have believed that I'd actually done it, because, you know, men can apparently do anything that women can't do, or something like that. Or I don't know if it was just because I was a high schooler, she just didn't want to believe it, or if she was just so frustrated because she'd never accomplished anything that good in her life that she had to take it out on my grade. So... I didn't get top marks on my project even though everything was perfect because she was a fucking bitch. And that has really pissed me off to this day. And I graduated 2015. January of 2015, I graduated high school. And it has still irritated me every day since. Because First of all, that project was dumb, and second of all, how dare she give me a less than perfect score on a perfect project because she's an idiot. Ugh. Anyways, so that was my story about this person that royally fucked me over on my senior grade. I mean, I still passed and everything. It was basically a participation grade, you know? Like, if you do it, you passed. But yeah, it still irritated me that I was unjustly screwed over, which was a common theme within high school. I had teachers lose my paper and then just give me overall C's for the grading period because they just lost my paper and didn't want to look for it and just insisted that I didn't do the work. So, I mean, pretty much at the point that I got my first C ever, that was the point where I stopped giving a shit about high school and just pretty much, I didn't care. I really didn't care. I didn't strive to get like A's and B's or any of that bullshit anymore. I was like, it was that moment when you realize that nothing matters and you're gonna get screwed over no matter what, that is just kind of like takes you out of it. Like, there's no point in trying after that, you know? Like, if you're gonna be screwed over, even though you do everything you're supposed to do, then what's the point in even trying? Why not just chill and just take whatever grade you get? So, senior year, I ended up getting like my first D ever, and it was like my French class. I think I might have mentioned that, but yeah. So it was pretty much like A's through C's and plus a D for that, because I just didn't give a shit anymore. But yeah, so high school sucks, and I'm sorry if you're still in high school, but it sucks. And that's my story about how much my high school sucked. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you enjoyed my tale. I'm still really salty about it, and I hope that you like my content. Maybe you'll come back and watch another video sometime. They're not all story time videos, so, you know, if you hated this, then there's not going to be that many more of them, because I'm not that well-rounded of an individual. I don't have a lot of stories to tell, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be updated every time I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!